Well, good morning, friends. Welcome back to my wilderness adventure. My name's Fred Green, if this is your first time. Sort of a foggy, foreboding foray into the forest here. Well, this is my forever home. Alright, enough of the alliteration. We're here. We found a number of good food items yesterday, so we're going to use that and cook them before they perish and get ourselves a big meal. Found some tools and all of that. We are just about ready to build our cabin, so if we don't do that today, then for sure tomorrow we'll research what we need to build flooring, framing, and walls. Alright, let's get our items together. Start a fire. Alright, fire's going. Oh, 5 hours and 15 minutes. That's plenty of time, isn't it? Okay, let's grab our food bag. And then see what we can make here. Alright, we are going to create a stir fry from these pork chops and steak. They're going stale right now, so hopefully all the good herbs that I've been finding will help make the meal a little bit more tasty. Okay, meat and steak stir fry with herbs. Well, I can't think of anything better. Alright, let's get that cook right there. And we'll use all those items up as much as we can today so we don't waste them. Okay, well that's cooking. I'm gonna sort out my items here. Alright, still waiting for this meat and steak stir fry with herbs to cook, but that's a lot of good calories, proteins, and fat. Pretty good. I might be able to have enough for one more meal today, so we're gonna overeat. See if we can trend our weight to go upwards for a little bit. Alright, no sense in burning all this fire, so let's put that out. Have our meal. Alright. Ooh, I am so excited. There we go. Full to bursting. Oh, that's what I'd like to see. Alright, I learned how to make a kettle wall. Well, I can't imagine that'll be good in any sort of existence. Alright, well, let's place that right here. We'll use that to keep with the good water here. And we've got a fishing rod with a millipede that we will place down up over here in case we need that. There, now the trick is to keep our weight down as much as we can. There, we've got the fishing net. So I tell you what. Let's go and find more bait, just in case we need that. And we'll catch fish in the traps. There. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, boy, wow. Holy moly. Boy. I don't know what's more frightening, that or the impending threat of death that could pop out at any moment. Well, I'm going to sneak around for a little bit, and we're going to try to find some grubs and stuff, see if we can bait these traps if we need them. If we don't need the traps baited, well, then I'm burning calories for nothing. All right, let's look for insects. How about that? Alright, I tell you what, in the event that we need to set one of these traps farther away from our camp, we're going to see if this'll work right here. And we'll try to get into a habit of searching for it every morning. I've never exactly set one of these traps, so this'll be my first time. Let's put it into my main inventory here and see what I can do. Interesting. Alright. Place a fishing net. Ah, here we go. All right, there we go. Can use only chum as bait in a fishing net. Interesting. Okay. Well, good to know about that. Now, let's figure out how to make that. A sack of sand. Make chum base. Look at that. Huh. All these bait traps and stuff like that, and boy, I don't even know how to make a sack of sand. My goodness. All right, and I haven't learned the recipe. Well, that might be a while. Well, we'll set these traps and see what we can do for a moment, but I'm not going to be as hopeful as I thought I was. Well, we'll look for more mushrooms and all that instead of insects. Who needs fish anyway when you got wild edibles like this lying around? Ooh, wild ginseng. Look at that. Well, we're well on our way. All right, my friends, I have got a load on me. Okay, tree branches and logs and all that. We're going to drop this stuff back at camp, drop one of these traps at camp too, and, well, we'll research how to do chum in some other kind of future. But right now I found a lot of food, mushrooms and ginseng and all that. So we are doing all right. Okay, I tell you what, I am going to start that fire again, put this food down. We'll make another meal, get our weight trending back upwards again. And then I will process some of these logs and whatnot into planks. So once we get a good assortment, we'll use that to create a floor here. All right, I'll see you in just a moment. All right, got the fire going. We'll let that cook for just a little bit, see if we can't process some of these logs here. There we are. Tell you what, let's put that trap down. Okay. All right, 2 logs. Let's see what we can do. Let's make sure we don't burn our food. All right, let's do one of them at a time. Boy, the music in my head sure is breathtaking when you're just having fun at camp, huh? Okay, get our planks down. We'll put them right here. I said we'll use this area as the crafting stations. All right, let's process this other log here. I gotta tell you, doing work like this, keeping busy, just keeps my spirits up. Has anyone else been in a interesting and crazy wilderness survival situation? I can't say that I've ever been in one as crazy as this. All right, 6 planks there. And we are just about ready to go. Not as full of a meal as the last one, but we will supplement that with a salad, I think. Let's get a drink of water. Well, look at that. Salad with herbs and sunflower seed. That is better than using the fire and cooking. I gotta tell you. Wonderful. And I can eat it with a spoon like a civilized person. Ah, the things you do in the wilderness. All right. Let's get that bowl put away. Don't need the hacksaw quite yet. There, we'll put the hacksaw there. In fact, we'll get one of our axes and put that there just so we know. Gotta keep organized. Keeps your brain working here. All right, 4 p.m. Now, What are we thinking here? Oh, got a lot of seeds. Tell you what, let's see what we can do to maybe craft a shovel. All right, carve a wooden spade. What do we need? A knife and a plank. Well, fortunately, I've got all those. Let's do that. Again, the weather's still pretty good, so we don't exactly need a place of safety at the moment, though it sure would be nice. So we'll get our farm going. See if we can get planted today. Make sure we keep it watered. Creating more busy work for ourselves, but we're still going to have to forage around for food. But that will help us in the future. All right, I'm guessing this particular dirt right here may not be quite as interesting as this grassy dirt. Now, I gotta tell you, this is some of my first time farming ever as well, so. Not a lot of things I've done in past lives. Okay. And how about we add a little bit of garlic and rosemary. There, okay. Now let's worry about watering that for the moment. Wow, that was a loud gunshot. Boy, I sure hope it doesn't draw the dead to our location. Well, I gotta tell you, this is intensive labor. But hopefully, these plants will appreciate all of that. Okay. Well, I got them watered here for a little bit. We'll let them go for today, and we'll check on them tomorrow. As much rain as we've been getting, boy, probably won't have to do too much work to it. That's the idea. Okay, it is about 9 p.m. I tell you what, I am going to put this kettle down, put my shovel down, see if I can go forage a little bit before it gets too dark. All right, I will see you back at camp in just a bit. See if we can't find more firewood as well. Okay, well, we found some tree branches and some more mushrooms and all that, so I think we'll create another salad. We might have to use these tree branches to make something for the moment. Let me put them down here quick, get the salad going. I'll tell you my plan for tomorrow. All right, well, not too bad. If I keep that up, it's a lot of work, but there we have it. Okay. It is just about nighttime. Well, I suppose it is nighttime, really. So in the last bits of the day here, these trees right here, we're going to try to get them going tomorrow. We'll try to find a little bit more food as well. But we'll clear the area and we'll build a small little cabin right here in this patch of dirt. We're not going to build a cabin and all, but we're at least going to clean the trees, process everything here, make it nice and livable, and use that. And we'll do that with our time tomorrow. All right, my friends. I'm gonna go to sleep here, and I will see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Sun hasn't fully risen yet, so a little dark, but hey, we're gonna get an early start to my day. I'm gonna do a little bit of foraging here in the darkness as the sun's starting to rise, and then we'll get to clearing out the rest of this grassy patch here, so in the future we can start building a cabin. All right, the hemp dog bane. That will be helpful as we create more twine and string. Keep up a look out for those. All right, my friends, I have a bit of a load here now. I found a couple of tree branches, a large smooth flat stone, a lot of mushrooms. So we're going to make ourselves some breakfast, rest a little bit, get this muscle strain out of here, and maybe we can work on clearing out the way for our new cabin. All right, let's put our stones right here. cursory check of the trap there. I didn't find nothing. Oh, a little bait fish. Look at that. Let's see if we can't bait this trap here. We use as a little fishing lure. All right. Oh, well. Wow, we can butcher them. Well, that'll be nice. All right, things are looking up. Okay, let's get all these mushrooms here. All right, another salad. Oh, I'm certainly going to get my vegetables, aren't I? There we go. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Couple of frogs here. Boy, we might have to have a more extravagant dinner this evening. Right now, in this fog, let's go ahead, process some of these trees, and just take regular breaks here. Chop a branch and follow. Boy, I really do have to spend more time in these crafting windows. They intimidate me so much. I'd rather just get right to the action, huh? Well, I'll do what I know to do best. Chopping wood. Now, what I do know is that when you work tired, you tend to swing the axes poorly and do damage to your tools. So we are going to just overdo it on resting and taking our time here. I need to conserve these tools as long as I possibly can, because I don't know how long we are going to survive up until winter. And that is the goal, is to survive through the winter and really make this a forever steading here. Yeah, would you believe it? I'm getting better at cooking. Hopefully that helps. As I prepared, I can have more nutritious meals. All right, mushrooms are starting to go stale, so that's why I'm just overeating everything. Okay. Yeah, another good meal. There we go. All right, we got these little frogs that we'll process and do that for this evening. All right, well, I've got really good strength. Let's cut down the rest of these trees and haul these logs over here. All right. Dulled my axe just a touch, but we're going to retire it for just a moment here. We don't need him anymore. Okay. Wow. This fog is absolutely amazing. My goodness. All right, a lot of bad muscle strain here. Boy, that was a lot of work. But not too bad for a morning, huh? Tell you what, while I'm resting, why don't I go look for more wild edibles here? And just always got to be productive. You can't really just sit and relax here. It is the hard thing about living on your own in the wilderness. Always got to keep busy. Get your mind as sharp as you possibly can here. Let's go around here. We'll maybe check that other fishing trap too. There we go. Look at that. I already got some thistle. And we're doing good on wood, so I'm not going to really pick any of that up. All right, made it to my trap here. Let's check it out. Boy, this fog is the most miserable thing I've ever encountered. Ever. Huh. I suppose even death, maybe that's worse, but this is just... Ugh. Good thing we're out here in the wilderness, not doing much else. Okay, let's check the trap here. All right, seaweed, which is good. Mussels. Little fish. Boy, well, we got a little bit of things. Still can't use. Only chum as bait, huh? All right, not a problem. Good, this will supplement all that. We'll get these processed here and cook up a good meal this evening. I suppose I was in search mode. That's still ridiculous. All right, All right, my friends, I'll see you back at camp. Oh boy. Another gunshot. This will be interesting here. Hopefully it's not drawing the dead to our location. Right now we've got enough open fields that I can lead them away, but if we get a horde or something like that, that's going to be trouble. All right, I overdid it. I found a couple of large flat stones that we're going to hopefully use in the future. And if our more modern weapons, or not weapons, sorry about that, if our more modern tools break, well, then we'll have access to stone tools as we need. All right, I didn't do much for the pain and being tired and out of breath and all that, but I did find some good food, so I think we'll process these items, sort our camp out, and at least get to have a really good meal again tonight. All right, a lot of mushrooms. That's helpful. Found some plantains. Seaweed and thistles and violets. Oh, good stuff. And I'm finding a lot more because my skill at foraging is getting real nice. Okay, well, let's snack on some of these. Here we are. I know, a little degrading eating some of these things, but hey. Yeah, eating those bugs make me sad, apparently. I don't know why, they taste pretty good. Add a little bit of crunch, it's better than all the mushrooms, my goodness. A little bit of texture in your food never hurt you, did it? All right, well, this thing will help us out a little bit, I think. There we go. All right, how much fire are we looking at here? 2.5 hours. All right, well, we'll put that out. So far, we're doing okay. There we go, and let's eat that food here. All right, well, that helped me out. Still losing weight. I have no idea if that's me or the world, but there we go. Okay, my friends, apparently I'm miserable because it's what it is. I didn't think bugs tasted that bad, especially when I cooked them and had another good meal around it. But I'm going to get things situated here and use the rest of the time this evening to bring these logs over to a place where I can process them over here. And tomorrow, my goodness, we're going to clear out this patch and at least lay a floor. So a how-to video on how to start and craft a cabin. All right, my friends. I will see you next time on Wilderness Adventures. Hey mates, thanks for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you like what you saw, please go ahead, leave a comment, subscribe. Definitely come back for another video. I greatly appreciate your time and support, and I cannot wait to take you on another adventure. So I thank you so much.